Rap star and music producer Dr. Dre.
Hip-hop mogul Dr. Dre. Rapper Dr. Dre.
Was Dr. Dre arrested in the Tupac case? As the murder probe into the late rapper is still going on, new evidence is coming to light. Some of this information makes sense, while other parts are just rumors that haven't been proven. Hello everyone, and welcome to our channel. Today we'll tell you all about the arrest of Dr. Dre in Tupac's Campbell. So without further ado, let's begin. It was an accident that famous rapper Tupac Shakur died in Las Vegas in 1996 from a drive-by shooting. The investigation into his death has been going on for years, and there have been many updates and new events, such as recent arrests. Fans and people in the music business are still trying to figure out what happened with Tupac. His unsolved case is still an important part of hip-hop history. There have been rumors going around on many different sites, and they have recently brought up the question of whether or not Dr. Dre was arrested in connection with the murder case of Tupac. On the other hand, it is very important to make it clear that these claims are not backed up by any solid evidence, and that the latest claims that Dr. Dre was arrested in connection with Tupac's case seem to be false. Also, Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg have nothing to do with the most current news about Tupac's death. Dr. Dre was arrested, these claims say, but there isn't much proof to back them up, and they don't meet the standards for reliable information. When it comes to high-profile cases like the one involving Tupac, the public needs to be careful and only trust information that has been checked out and comes from trustworthy sources. When things like this happen, spreading false information about them can have very bad effects, such as changing people's identities and how the public sees them. There is no need to jump to conclusions or spread information that hasn't been proven when there isn't enough solid evidence or reliable sources. You can give a clear answer to the question, was Dr. Dre arrested in the Tupac case? By saying that there isn't any good evidence to back up what you're saying. There are, however, various speculations and rumors regarding Dr. Dre being involved in the murder of Tupac. Dr. Dre and Tupac never worked together in the studio because they didn't get along. He went so far as to say that Dr. Dre did not make California Love, which was on the album All Eyes on Me in 1995. Pac and Dre were never in the studio together, he said. They weren't in the studio doing California Love. They hated each other. That's simple. Tupac was freed from jail on bail in October 1995 after Suge Knight paid the bond of $1.5 million. He made up his mind to join Death Row Records. Dr. Dre and Tupac worked together on the song California Love, which was on Tupac's record, All Eyes on Me. It was Dr. Dre who made the song Can't See Me for All Eyes on Me. Suge Knight was giving Dr. Dre trouble, so he quit Death Row Records in March 1996. Because Dr. Dre was so important, other rappers from Death Row, like Snoop Dogg, Corrupt, Daz Dillinger, Nate Dogg, and Sam Snead, also wanted to leave. He didn't want to leave, though, and slammed Dr. Dre in songs like Fuck Friends, Toss It Up, and To Live and Die in Lay. There was no proof that Dr. Dre was arrested, but someone else was arrested in September 2023. On September 28, 2023, the Associated Press said that Dwayne "Kef D" Davis was being held at his home in Las Vegas, Nevada. The real charges was not immediately clear. According to two officials who were there when the person was arrested, Davis has been very vocal about his role in the murder. He says he was in the Cadillac when Tupac was shot and killed. His book, Compton Street Legend, says that he finally spoke out about Tupac's death in 2010 when he met with federal and local officials behind closed doors. Las Vegas police searched his wife's home with a warrant 2 months before he was arrested. Sources say that several computers, a mobile and hard drive, a Vibe magazine with pictures of Shakur, several .40 caliber bullets, 2 tubs containing photographs, and Davis' 2019 tell-all memoir, Compton Street Legend, were found. On July 18, the Las Vegas Police Department said they were searching a house for clues about Tupac's death. According to a statement from Las Vegas police, a search order was carried out in Henderson, Nevada, on July 17, 2023. This was part of the ongoing investigation into the death of Tupac Shakur. We will have no further comment at this time. Last year, Dwayne "Kef D" Davis told the U.S. show Unsolved that he was in the same car as the person who killed Tupac Shakur. For the record, Davis had cancer at the time and said that some of the shots just came from the backseat. Street Code says he won't say the shooter's name, but he did admit that he knows who it is. He says that by confessing, he is protected from being prosecuted. Davis said on the episode of Unsolved, all the chicks were like, Tupac. And he was like, hey, like a celebrity, like he was in a parade. If he hadn't even been out the window, we would have never seen him. The show's creator, Kyle Long, told The Wrap, certainly Kef D and the Southside Crips murdered Tupac Shakur. Why is Kef D not in jail? That's crazy. You can see why Kef D did what he did at the end of Unsolved. He had immunity, and to make a long story short, he had immunity to tell the task force what he did, both in real life and on TV. In a written statement shown in the documentary Tupac Assassination, Battle for Compton, Suge's lawyer Thaddeus Culpepper said, Knight has known for many years that Reggie Wright Jr. and his ex-wife, Sharitha, were behind the murder of Tupac and the attempted murder of Knight. According to a spokesperson for the movie Compton, Knight confirmed that the events shown were true. The movie shows Knight as the intended target and Shakur as collateral damage. Knight also says that these events in 1996 were the first in a series of attempts on his life, which culminated in his recent attempted murder at the 108 Club in Los Angeles, where he was shot 6 times. In 2014, a police officer made Tupac Shakur's last words public. Chris Carroll, a former sergeant from the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department, told Vega 7, he looked at me, took a breath to get the words out, and he opened his mouth, and then the words came out, F***Q. Then I saw that he changed with the snap of a finger in his face and in the way he moved, he adds. And he went from struggling to speak, being uncooperative, to saying, I'm at ease. Like that. He no longer fought and said, I can't do it. Before he made that move, he looked at me and looked right into my eyes. I asked him once more, who shot you? He looked at me, took a deep breath, and then opened his mouth. This made me think that we might be able to work together. Then he said, F***Q. After that, he started gurgling and passed out. After publishing the story, Who Killed Tupac Shakur? In 2002, Chuck Phillips of the Los Angeles Times asserted that Orlando Anderson was the one who fired the rounds that ultimately resulted in Tupac Shakur's death. Anderson was only interviewed once by the Las Vegas Police Department since they did not consider him a suspect. Earlier in the night, Tupac attacked Anderson. Anderson was the victim of the incident. Later on, he was slain in a shooting that was unrelated to the gang. Notorious Big, a rapper from New York, was said to have provided the firearm to the Crips in exchange for a $1 million payment for the murder of Tupac Shakur, according to the report. Despite the fact that the police are doing all in their power to obtain even the most insignificant clues regarding the death of Tupac, they are unable to move forward with the investigation since the evidence they have is not sufficient. The identity of the person who murdered Tupac should hopefully be uncovered as quickly as possible so that justice can be served.